Hey everybody, I'm Joey and today I'll show you how to smoke queso and then build this nacho pyramid. So follow me and let's turn up the tasty. All right, guys, we got a party today. Over there, we got some chili that's on the smoker, cooking up, but we're gonna make some smoked queso and nachos. Look, I know there's a lot of recipes out there. It's a little bit of a fad, but I look at a lot of these videos, and frankly, to me, a lot of them look like heartburn. There's way too much stuff in there. I like it simple, that nostalgia of the Velveeta cheese and the tomatoes. So we're gonna keep it simple here today. You can do whatever you like at home. Remember, here at Red Meat Lover, we're all about cooking meat made easy, and that's what we strive to show you in every single video. First, we start with ground beef. Here, I have 1 pound, 80/20. Now, if you've seen my chili recipe before, we're going to follow a very similar step here in smoking this meat. And that begins with just pressing this down so we can create as much surface area across the meat as possible. All right, the more surface area, the more smoke it will get. Now, when it comes to seasoning ground beef, there's a lot of options, okay? What I really like to do is keep it super simple. Showing you guys stuff you can make using common ingredients you probably already have in your house. First, I'm going to start with, I use smoked paprika. I think it helps up the smokiness of the beef overall, but you can use regular. This is just what I use, and I like to go coast to coast, and you really almost can't get too much of it on there. This stuff is so good. If you don't have smoked paprika in your pantry, you need to run out and buy some right now. Okay, we got the paprika on. Next up, I love this chili powder. It adds a real depth of smokiness. We're gonna go ahead and season it up there. We got some wind coming, kicking us off, all right? There we go. Hey, this is not all about cooking clean, cooking meat made easy. We're gonna make a little mess sometime. Don't worry, we have Jared the intern here to clean it up. He's thrilled about it. All right, next we're gonna hit it with some of that kosher salt end to end. And then finally, we're gonna go with a little bit of that black pepper. All right, now I have that smoker rolling. It's set at 250 degrees, and I'm gonna cook this for about an hour until it reaches an internal temperature of 160 degrees, and then we're gonna get going on that queso. So we got the hamburger on the smoker. Now let's mix up our queso. And like I said, I like it really simple. The only other thing I really like to add is cilantro. I think between the cilantro and the smoke, it's gonna have tons of flavor. But if you like to add in the meat to the cheese and do all that, if that's how you do it, well, it's certainly not wrong. It's just not the way I prefer it. So it's my channel. I'm gonna make it the way I like it. And from there, you can do it the way you like it from home, keeping it easy. So I have a half a stick because I just made this for some company not too long ago. Got a half a stick of that, oh, I think some of you would call it an abomination of a cheese. Really, it's processed cheese, but I think there's no denying that this stuff goes great on hamburgers. It does, I don't know why, but it does, and it goes great as a base for your queso. So here we go, we're just gonna get this chopped up into some cubes. Pretty simple. Using our brand new Mercer chef's knife. Thank you, Mercer, for sending this our way. We're loving it. All right, so we have that cubed up. As you can see, I'm using a shallow pan right here. The other thing that I'm gonna use, which is a little bit different from the traditional recipe would recommend 1 can of Rotel, really, for an entire, log of that cheese. I'm only using a half a can, but I'm gonna go ahead and use that full can of tomatoes, all right? I mean, the last thing you really want is that gooey queso, the stuff that almost doesn't separate. I like a creamy queso, something that you can really pour on top of nachos. It doesn't smother the chip, but it complements all the other flavors. And the only other thing I'm adding is this cilantro right here. I love cilantro. I think it really gives it a fresh type of flavor. And so we're gonna get this all cut up. And we're only gonna use about half of this stack in here. The other half's gonna go in our chili whenever it's ready. We got the cilantro chopped now just because I'm out here making a mess and I want to be able to clean it up, but I'm actually going to wait until this is melted a little bit before I add it in. I don't want that beautiful green color to brown up as it smokes. Now, let's just go ahead. I'm gonna get this stirred up and get it on the smoker. All right, guys, so our meat was done about 7 minutes, 10 minutes before our queso, which is just about ready to pull off. So I went ahead and reserved the grease right here in this old tomato can. Now we're just gonna go ahead and break up this ground beef. Now we're gonna take these chips, empty them in here. And what I like to do is just warm them up on the smoker for about 5 or 10 minutes. They're not gonna pick up a lot of smoke flavor, but they're gonna be really warm, which is just next level when it comes to nachos. All right, so it's all done. We got the meat, we got the cheese, we got these really warm chips. I don't know, there's something about the warmth that really just elevates the chip. Pretty good. Now the other thing I want to talk about right here is the cheese. Take a look at this, would you? You can see that nice cilantro in there, those tomatoes, and right over here we have that smoked beef. Now, many of you might be asking, why not just throw the beef in with the cheese? Well, I've seen that done before. I'm not necessarily opposed to it, but I really personally like to be able to control my protein to cheese ratio, and having it separately allows me to do that. Yeah, I know, it's kind of a funny thing, I agree, but oh, let's take this chip. Let's go ahead and dig right into this queso. It has all that nostalgic goodness that I remember from those sleepovers with my friends when I was like 13. And this was like the dinner du jour anytime we had a sleepover. It's so good, but it's really elevated with that cilantro and of course that really incredible smoke. Now, you can leave them just like this, but let's have some fun. Let's take these chips and let's just make a little nacho pile right here on this table. So we're gonna go ahead and get those nachos like that. I'm gonna take some of this ground beef right here. We're gonna go ahead and get that all over there. Look at that, looking so good, just like that. We're gonna build a nacho pyramid. Let's face it, pyramids are one of the most famous structures ever known to man. And they're powerful. Pyramids are powerful. So why wouldn't a nacho pyramid be even more powerful? I know it sounds ridiculous. It probably is. I know I'm ridiculous. But the other thing I know is that this is gonna be delicious. All right, now, oh, that's a little hot. Hello. Now for the grand finale. All right, look, we got a lot of hungry guests. They're ready to eat. So I'm gonna have to leave you guys now. We're all gonna dig into this. But if you guys like the video, you know the drill. Go ahead and hit that big thumbs up like button, or even better, subscribe to our channel so you'll never miss an adventure as we build more smoked queso, nacho pyramids, and many other delicious dishes as we follow our motto of cooking meat made easy. Not only do we share a new video recipe every single week, we're also producing this new show called Meet America, where we visit restaurants, experts on location in their kitchens, where they share full how-to crowd-pleasing recipes. So I'll see you guys soon.